Hey folks, Sty here. I'm outdoors. I can't believe it. Got a couple of days off in a row, and I had all kinds of things that had to get done. But I said day one, my first day, is just going to be for me. So I escaped and I came to the outdoors. Well, this video is going to be kind of a random thing going on. First of all, I'll tell you what I'm doing out here today. I've got all kinds of little things going on. Where I'm at is, it's about a 30-mile, little over 30 miles from home to here. This is a spot I've been in before. I've done some videos from this area. Just to the west of me, about 2 football fields from here, is an area I call Camp Tall Pines. I did a few videos there. I pulled in today, and it's about a mile off the highway. I pulled in today, and on the way up in here, about halfway in, there's all kinds of blackberries. So I'm going to be hiking down there to get me some of those blackberries. I got a Ziploc bag in my pocket, and I'm going to take a hike down there and pick me some blackberries to take home with me tonight. I can't spend the night tonight, but I'm going to be here right until sunset. Hopefully the wind's not messing up the microphone too bad. But, so after I go down and get some blackberries, then I'm going to scout around for some twigs and materials, because I'm going to do some whittling today. I've got a chair set up over here. I'm just going to sit and whittle the day away. I might hike a little bit, might do a little hiking, I'm not sure. But I hiked into my old camp because when I pulled in here today, I get up not too far from where I'm parked, and there's a big pine tree down across the trail coming in here. So this is as far as I can get with the truck. So I backed the truck in here and set my chair up. At one time there was a little fire pit here. So this is going to be my day camp right here. I hiked in and looked at my old campsite, and the fire ring is still there. It's signs that I was there camping, but no signs of anybody else. So because that tree's down across the trail, people haven't been going in, and I'm good with that. I'm real good with that. So, other than that, today I'm going to be trying something out. I had one of these before. I can't remember the brand name of it though. This is a gasification stove for your backpack. And I ordered this off of Amazon, paid 22 bucks for it. And I thought, well, for 22 bucks, it's not going to be very good quality. And the one that I had purchased before was a well-known name, even though I forget what it is. It was a well-known brand. This one, Soul Eater, see if you can see that? Sure you can. Like I said, I picked this up for $22. So I'm going to give it a try today. First time. It's its maiden voyage. But it's a nice little stove. I mean, it fits in this mesh bag, and it's a padded mesh bag. It's not just lightweight mesh, it's padded. So when you put it in here, it's not banging into things and chipping up other things that you have in your pack. So I'm going to give this stove a try today, and I'll probably fire up the camera and do a short video on setting this up, getting it fired up, and cooking myself. Well, basically all I'm going to be doing is boiling some water to make some coffee. Because you know, Sty's got to have, there's only two things in life important to Sty anymore, and that's coffee and shaga tea. But, so I'm going to give this stove a shot today, and I think I'll do a little video on this stove, and I guess maybe like a little review of it, see how well it works out. It's a perfect spot, and this is the perfect application because it's very dry out here. We haven't had rain for quite a while, and it's getting really dry, so having a controlled small fire is exactly what a person needs to do. And there's not a chance for rain again for another 2 days yet, maybe 3 days. So yeah, I'm not taking any risks. That's why I decided I'll bring this out with me. But we'll do a setup and a little review on this later, either in this video or I'll do a second one, and you guys can go and jump and catch the second one. Brought my whittling kit. Now, Sty is not by any means a professional whittler. Sty is not by any means a good whittler. Sty is just a whittler. Okay? Just so you know. I don't know if I'll do any video of my whittling. We'll see. But that's what I'm doing today. I got my whittling kit with. I'm going to throw it in the chair there because when I come back, I'll go gather up my supplies to do some whittling, and I'll do some whittling. And then I think I'll make another video or two on a couple of Sty stories probably. But I'm outdoors and I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. I never feel at home, even at home, unless I'm in the outdoors. You plop me out here in the woods and I instantly feel at home out here. So I'm glad to be home, that's for sure. So let's move along. I'm going to go down and check out those blackberries, and I'll bring the camera with, and if they look like they're worth harvesting, I'll maybe film them a little bit, show you what I'm picking down there. So hang with me, I'll be right back. As you can see, there's blackberries. There's a lot of berries on there that haven't even gotten close to turning yet, so I will be coming back to this location and picking some more. But there are some real beauties in here. I will definitely pick enough to have blackberry pancakes. Probably tomorrow morning. But walking along here, there's another real nice clump. Yeah, there's plenty for me to pick. Oh, here's a good one. Yeah, I'll probably get about 30 or 40 berries just off that one bush. Oh, yeah, no, down in here there's a lot more. So, close to 50 berries off that one bush. There's a bunch on this bush. And over here, they're thick again. They're all over the place. Just thick in here. Oh, there's a good bush. Just thick with them. So that's a nice patch. Oh boy, there's a bunch back in here, up along the bank. Oh, didn't even, I had my back to the other side of the trail, and yeah, they're over in here too. So, but that's the trail going up into where I'm day camping. That's about another, it's a half a mile from where I'm at right now up to where the truck's at, parked. So yeah, I'm gonna put this camera away and I'm gonna pick me a bunch of blackberries and then head back to the truck and get going on my other little projects today. It's a beautiful day out. It's about 73 degrees, so the temperature's great. Only problem is I was just looking at the weather and I was wondering why the air seems so heavy. Well, it's 97% humidity. That's only 3% away from pouring rain, but absolutely no clouds in the sky, just a haze. So hot, humid day and a bunch of blackberries to pick. So, okay folks, I'll catch you in a little bit. When I'm down here picking raspberries, a lot of wild turkey feathers laying around. So the wild turkeys are all over the place back here. Yeah, they love this kind of country. That's a deep ravine over there and some high ground, and yeah, they love this kind of country. So yeah, I'm going to pick a couple of these feathers up and use them in some of my crafty projects. Let's see if we find any more on the way up to the truck. This is a beautiful area in here. When I came in, I contemplated setting up my day camp in here. It's all these big pines in here. It's nice and shady. And it's same over on this side. It's a little thicker. There's some maple saplings starting to grow in. But there's nice open areas. Surrounded again by nice tall pines, big pines. And the only problem is the forest floor is just covered with super dry, brittle pine needles. And even having a day camp out here, I'd have to have a cold camp because I wouldn't dare start a fire anywhere near this area. But it's a nice area if it's damp enough and you don't have to worry about a fire spreading. Yep, there's this area in here is just beautiful. Yeah, maybe another day. But you can see here the trail coming in widened up, and it's looks pretty good, but that's not the way it is all the way in here. I'll turn around here. Down that way, you get down there, it starts growing right over the road, and then really all you have is a grassy patch, tall knee-high grass with a couple of grooves in it from the tires from driving in. You can't really see the road. Oh, there's a good turkey feather. I'll snatch that one up. And then I should be to the truck pretty quick here. Well, there we are. Back to the truck. My day camp. And we'll take a look at what I gathered on this little less than 20-minute outing. I'll get the camera set up on the tripod and then I'll chat with you for a minute. Well, folks, like I said, when we get back to the truck, I'll show you what I accomplished on my little 20-minute walk. Yeah, it was no more than 20 minutes. Well, I got myself 2 cups at least there. I don't know if they're going to be able to be seen or not, but it's about 1 3/4 to 2 cups of some beautiful blackberries. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I got a little cooler in my truck and I got to go stick these in that cooler. Not just to keep them cool, but to keep them away from my mouth. I can't help myself. I've been snacking on them back to the truck, and in 5 minutes I probably ate 1/4 of what really was in here. So those got to go in the cooler. And then walking up, I mentioned I was seeing turkey feathers, and I got myself some really nice turkey feathers. We got a lot of wild turkey up here, and these feathers come in handy for doing craft things, you know, folk art stuff, and come in handy for doing fly tying. So, yeah, I managed to get myself 4 nice turkey feathers on the trip. And looking at it, there's 2 of them that it's real evident. Those were yanked out. Those didn't just fall out. Those were yanked out. So something was after that turkey, because I saw a small pile of some of the under feathers and down feathers from a turkey only about 15 yards where I started seeing these. So something was after that turkey, but there's no signs of a kill, so I think the turkey managed to get away. So yeah, that was a good little hike down there, just to kind of scout around and to find some blackberries and some turkey feathers. And now I'm going to get set up and probably do a little whittling or something, and then I'm going to be fixing myself some coffee soon, and maybe tell a sty story. So let's take it from there. See you in a little bit, folks. Okay, folks. Been out here long enough without a cup of coffee. So, like I said, this video is kind of just random stuff, because I'm out here just goofing off for the day. But I told you folks I would show you this new wood gasification stove I got from Soul Leader. Okay, it's real compact. Everything breaks down into itself. This is the base. Now, there's the top, and it's got, the top has these folding brackets that fold up inside, and they're great. They're going to be great. You can put a Stanley camp cup on here to heat it. They're wide enough you can put a frying pan on it. I think it's going to work out great. Okay, so that's the very top of it. And the gasifier sits on top of the base. The base has plenty of vent holes in it. Now this is all stainless steel too, by the way. And the gasifier is pretty good sized. So that's really your firebox right there. That sits on top of the base. And inside the gasifier, there's this cup with the vent holes in the bottom, and that's the base of your firebox. Now what I like about this, you drop that in there, and then you just set the top on it. But what I like about this base is I can put my tinder in the base. Pardon me, I should have broke this up before I started the camera. But what I'm using for tinder is birch bark, because it's so plentiful here. I just can't help myself. But what I like is like I said, I can put my tinder in this base. I can ignite the tinder and then drop the base into the fire, into the stove, and then put the top on and then load my actual wood. And the wood, it's a twig stove. I mean, there's your wood. Twigs. That's all you use. And if it's anything like the last gasification stove I had, you want to have a little pile of small stuff to drop in on top of your tinder right as it gets going. So I'm going to get this thing fired up. There's my ferro rod. And there we go. And you just take that, drop it down in your stove, throw a little bit of wood on it, get the top on, just start feeding her sticks. And the nice thing is there's a nice opening on the one side. Makes it real easy to feed wood to it. Once it comes up to temp, you can see the gasification working. It's already working and it looks just like the burner on a stove, on a stovetop. Well, I've already got my Stanley Cup full of water, and it's full. I'm gonna get her on there and get her cooking. Pop my lid on it. And you just sit and you babysit your stove a little bit. Shouldn't take long to get this to come to a boil. I've got enough little twigs sitting here next to me that I just picked up around the fire pit area. And it doesn't even look like I picked anything up. But I got enough sticks there I could probably cook 4 or 5 meals with it. That's the nice thing about these little gasification stoves, is that it doesn't take a lot of wood. And in a pinch, they put off a lot of heat. If you needed a quick warm-up, you just get one of these little stoves going and feed it a few twigs. And if you got a windbreak, boy, you're going to get a lot of heat off of that tiny little stove. But now I'm going to tell you, the reason I bought this is my other stove got misplaced in my transition and moving. And for the life of me, I cannot find it. So I told myself, it's time to buy a new one. So when I started shopping, I found this one. And I couldn't believe that it was $21.95 or something like that on Amazon. And I thought, oh boy, it's half the price of the average gasification stove and a third of the price of the high-end ones. I thought maybe I'm wasting my time and money. And I thought, well, what the heck, give it a try for 20 bucks, what the heck. But you know, the way it's performing right now, I can see I could throw a cast iron frying pan on this. I could cook a big breakfast on there. I could use this stove in absolutely every cooking application I could think of. And it's so easy, and it's so convenient. I mean, what's it take you, just a couple of minutes to get it fired up and Takes a couple more minutes to gather up enough firewood for a few meals. And I like the fact that you can feed the wood through the front. There's no messing around. It holds a good amount of twigs. And you don't have to have it roaring. You don't need a roaring fire. Take a look here. I didn't time it, but it's only been a couple of minutes, if that, and that water's starting to boil. Well, it's not boiling, it's simmering right now. Oh yeah, it's hot enough you don't want to stick your finger in it. So I would think in less than, well, I'm certain in less than 5 minutes you'd have a rolling boil. So, boy, I tell you what, for $22, that little stove gets 2 thumbs up from me. So will that cup of coffee. That cup of coffee will get 2 thumbs up. As you notice, I'm not wearing my big brim hat. The sun's indirect, it's behind a big pine tree. I don't need the sun protection right now, and it is so humid out here that I had to swap hats. I had to put a do-rag on, it's just too hot. Yeah, I think this video is going to be just what it has been. I think what I might do is chat just a little bit more and then cut it off, and then I'll probably do a sty story after I have some coffee made, and then and then we'll take it from there, see where it goes. But one thing I want to do before I sign off is I want to ask everybody that hasn't already, because I'm sure most of my viewers have, but if you haven't, please go over and check out MTwoodsrunner. I'll tell you what, old Woods, Woods and I are about the same age. Boy, he makes me look 90. That's one tough boy. Go check his channel out. He's taking a 20 peak challenge. Well, he challenged himself. Nobody challenged him. He's challenging himself to hike to the top of 20 peaks this summer. And he just completed peak 13. And, oh man, I tell you what. His hikes, they're great to watch. Absolutely great to watch. And it's easy to envy the man. First of all, his ability to go out there and hike those peaks like he does at his age. You'd never guess he was the age he is. And all the peaks that he hikes are just beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. His videos tend to run around 20 to 30 minutes, and every minute of every video is worth watching. I haven't seen one yet that I could turn away from. Beautiful scenery. The man is very, very intelligent. He has outdoor skills that anybody would envy. I stuck some damp sticks in there, and they're starting to smoke. How do you like the smoke, folks? Welcome to smoke heaven here. Heading right for the camera. Sorry about that. But anyways, I can't speak highly enough for woods runners, so please take the time, go over and check him out. I think with that, Oh yeah, my water's boiling. And I'm gonna fix myself some coffee, and then I think I'm gonna start a fresh video doing a sty story. So, boy, shouldn't have put those wet sticks in there. She's burning good on the bottom, but boy, these couple of wet sticks that are on this one side just smoking up to beat the band. So, again, thanks folks for tagging along. I know this video wasn't much of anything, but I'll get a sty story going here in a few minutes, and then we'll take it from there. Thanks for tagging along. As always, Sty has to say, you all have a nice day. And let me get this fire going so I can breathe again. We'll see you folks. Bye-bye.